Hi guys, so a few of you may be aware that throughout lockdown 2021, DNA Baits have held a competition on their social media pages called CARPMASTER Challenges. And so every few days they would release a new task. Each of these tasks were completely different, and I was fortunate enough to win 2 of the 10 tasks. So overall, I was chosen as the overall winner for the competition, which I'm over the moon about. And DNA Baits awarded me a £150 voucher to spend on their website. So I went to their website and had a good old look through the baits, and there's a few baits that really stood out to me. So what I chose to do was go to the page on their website that offers deals. So one of the deals was a 20 kilo bait deal for £135, which is an absolute bargain. For 20 kilos of boilies, 2 tubs of hook baits of your own choice, and a choice of liquid. Personally, I've used a number of baits over the years, and I used baits like krill and oily fish meals and things like this, so naturally the SLK stood out to me, and I've got some of the wafters here, so these ones smell incredible. Oh yeah, let's have a good old whiff of them. That SLK stands for shrimp, liver and krill, I believe, and yeah, you can really smell it. And I've chose the wafters for my hook baits. Yeah, these are really pungent smell, and personally I love the smell of the krill, so that really stands out in this bait, and they're incredible. These are the corkball wafters. Cork dust wafters. And the other bait that really stood out to me was the Secret 7. So I chose for my hook baits, if we can get them in focus. Yeah, these are the S7 halftones. So that gives you that sort of washed out pink type look, and it might be a bit too bright. There we go, I'm dropping them everywhere. But yeah, you get the washed out pink and the whites in that pot, and they smell very good. They've got it's strange, it's got that fish meal kind of smell to it, but it's very, very sweet. What I chose to do was have a good look through, and I was trying to think about where I'm going to be fishing this year, how much fishing I'm likely to be doing, and times of year that I'm going to be fishing. So I decided to go for SLK as the bulk of the amount of bait. So they allow you to do 5 kilo splits on the website, which is amazing. So I went for 10 kilos of the SLK in 5 kilo splits. So 5 kilos of 15 mil and 5 kilos of 12 mil. So I've got a good range. If I want to do just a boilie only approach, but then have different size baits out in the water, then I can either crumb some up and then have the 12s and 15s together, which is what I love to do anyway, with liquids, and then it makes it all heavy and they all sink down and you just get a lovely bed of bait at the bottom. And the other baits that I went for was Secret 7 in 15 mil, and I went for 5 kilos of the Switch in 12 millimeter, because at the moment the weather's still very cold out, and the few times that I have managed to get out on the bank this year, it's not really been proper boilie fishing. It's not felt like proper boilie fishing yet. So obviously some waters are going to be, great for boilies this time of year, but a lot of the waters I've been fishing lately, only local to home, days only type trips, it's mainly just been natural baits and crumb and things like this. So I thought a nice small bait that does well throughout the year, so the Switch will cover me for that. And they look amazing. The baits all look great, they smell great. So for my choice of liquids, I went for 1 litre of the SLK Hydro Spod syrup. This isn't actually something that I've ever used before, but I'm told that it's great to cover your boilies in and get your baits soaking in it, and you'll get that nice creamy cloudy effect when you drop your boilies in the water, and apparently the boilies do take on the liquid quite well, so hopefully that'll be good. And to make up the rest of the money, so the boilie deal was £135, so to make up the remainder of the £150 voucher that DNA Baits gave me, I chose 2 of the 1 kilogram bags of the crayfish mini mix pellets, and this is because I love fishing solid bags, and I fish solid bags throughout the year, especially on weedy venues. That's almost my go-to approach, and yeah, hopefully they'll do me well this year. Textures of the bait is something that I love. Whenever I get a new pot of baits, like everyone else, the first thing I do is crack the lid open and have a good old smell, and then have a good old feel of the boilies. If it's, you know, frozen baits or shelf life baits, depending on what you like to fish, I like to crush a few up and see what they're like, see what's inside them, and yeah, you can tell the quality of a bait straight away by the smell and by the texture. And yeah, the DNA baits definitely have good quality. So I'll be using these throughout the year, and I'll give you updates on, you know, what's catching for me and what's working for me and what doesn't work maybe. But yeah, I want to say a massive thank you to DNA Baits for choosing me for the winner for the competition, and also thank you for the order. As soon as the postman delivered it, got it straight in, opened it straight up in front of the door, and then yeah, had a good old rummage through. Very excited. Just want to say well done to everybody else that took part and anybody else that won a challenge, and I can't wait to get on the bank and use the baits that you've sent me. So thank you very much.